Okay, it's rap pack to my pulse flat. We keep it real, no false rap. I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Nth-Level Entertainment, the most awesome series, comic book, and movie-related YouTube channel in South Africa. I am your host, Z the Entertainer, and this is episode 7 of my 50 Greatest Movies of All Time review series. And today we're doing The Pursuit of Happiness. Let's go to the synopsis. Life's a struggle for single father Chris Gardner, played by Will Smith. Evicted from their apartment, him and his young son, played by Jaden Smith, find themselves alone with no place to go. Even though Chris eventually lands a job as an intern at a prestigious brokerage firm, the position pays no money. The pair must live in shelters and endure many hardships, but Chris refuses to give in to despair as he struggles to create a better life for himself and his son. Now, this movie always has a way of making me simultaneously feel like an underachiever while also being inspired to do more with my life. The fact that Will Smith's character mentions a quote from Benjamin Franklin at the beginning of this movie about happiness, to us actually seeing him be happy at the very end of the film, is such a powerful metaphor which is carried out throughout the movie's narrative. The quote itself basically emphasizes the fact that happiness is elusive through the use of the word pursuit. You know, because just like the movie's title, it's the pursuit of happiness, which basically suggests that man will always be searching for happiness, but won't always have it. And the fact that we actually see that unfold in Chris Gardner's life through the events that we see him in the movie and the circumstance that he falls into, again, is a very powerful metaphor, and it carries the message through the movie's narrative in such a beautiful and artistic way. Acting in this movie is also so powerful, because you care so much about Will Smith's character that you actually react and hate it every time his wife disrespects him whenever something goes wrong or something that he wasn't actually able to do for the family, Like, Will Smith finds a way for you to care about the character so much that when his wife does that to him, you feel like you need to defend him. Now, Thandie Newton delivered a fantastic acting job when you actually yell bitch each and every time she appears on the screen. Thandie Newton is one of those actresses that are so hard to hate. She's one of my favorites. I had a crush on her when I saw her in Mission Impossible 2. But the performance that she delivered here made her such, you actually forget it's her for a minute. You just see her as someone that Chris Gardner just needs to be rid of so that he can be happy and achieve his dreams. The way that the character managed to balance the psychology of being a single father who's living hand to mouth to actually and to the flip side of him being such a loving, supportive, and nurturing father to his son was a sight to behold. Will Smith once again delivered an amazing acting performance in this movie. And I never noticed this the first time I watched this movie, but there's actually a cameo by Chris Gardner in the very last scene of the movie. There's a scene where Will Smith and his son are actually walking off into the sunset after the big prank of him getting the job, and they're talking about animals and stuff like that. The first person to walk past them, seemingly someone they don't even know, is actually Chris Gardner. And the thing that made me confirm this in my mind as I was questioning it was when Will Smith weirdly does a double take after he walks past to sort of show some more significance to that person that walked past. So that was actually a very nice addition, especially for someone who's used to looking for Easter eggs in comic book movies. That was fun for me to watch too. I really don't have much negative to say about this movie. I just feel like it's one of those, unless I don't know much about film yet, but I just feel like it's one of those perfectly done films, from the way that it was filmed, the way that they actually told the story visually without too much exposition. You knew exactly what was going on. I mean, the dialogue compared to the things that were happening was actually quite minimal if you watch it carefully. I think it was one of those perfect films that just delivered the message that it needed to perfectly. And I give this movie 5 bone density scanners out of 5. This was an excellent watch. I highly recommend it for anyone, especially if you haven't seen it before. It really perfectly encapsulates the concept of the triumph of the human spirit in such a beautiful and touching way. Before I close off my video, I'd just like to give a shout out to one of my fellow YouTubers that I know from here in South Africa. Her name is Vanessa Chilimadzi. Awesome woman, beautiful both inside and out, with a passionate and warm spirit to boot. Vanessa is a fashion blogger. You can follow her YouTube channel on the link in my channel description below, and you can follow her on Instagram at Miss Nessa. She also has a blog on missnessa.com. Otherwise, guys, thank you very much for spending time with me. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the pursuit of happiness or what you thought of my review. If you enjoyed this, please click like. If you'd like to see more from us, please click subscribe and make sure you click on the bell icon so that you are notified every time I drop new content on the channel. Otherwise, until next time, stay awesome, people. Take care of each other to infinity and beyond. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you'd like to subscribe and please click